The one player that there was a semblance that the Eagles might have wanted was former Tennessee Titans cornerback Adoree Jackson. And here's the thing about Adoree Jackson. Adoree Jackson's a former first-round draft pick out of USC. And I remember when he was drafted, a lot of people thought this guy could be the next Deion Sanders because he's a guy who can play offense, and he could play defense, he could return. He's just a very explosive and quick guy. But because of injuries over the last 2 seasons, he didn't really see the field. So I was thinking, first of all, I didn't want Adoree Jackson. You can look back. I didn't want him. I wanted nothing to do with him. First and foremost, we are not at the standpoint of, we got to get all these high-priced free agents. It's kind of like buying and selling in trades. Usually you're the team that's selling when you're trying to rebuild or you're not as good and you need to get draft picks. And you buy when you feel like you're close to contending. We're in a very different place than we were in 2017, to where we were getting all those free agents and then we were spending draft picks on guys like Jay Ajayi and stuff like that. And we were trading for big game Timmy Jim Jernigan. We are not in that place. The Giants are in that place. And they are trying to find out if Daniel Jones is a good quarterback, so why not get weapons for him? Back to Adoree Jackson. I was of the thought process that I didn't really want this dude. And the reason why I didn't really want him, potentially because of the injury and potentially because I thought that he would ask for more money. And we need to build in the draft. We need to create a system, and we need to develop these players, which we didn't do under Doug Peterson. So they wine and dined Adoree Jackson, and of course, he picked their team. And Giants fans we're gloating about it, which, good job. You wanted him, you got him. And then they were acting like, oh, he signed with us because we don't tank. Okay. No, he signed with you guys because you gave him $16 million in his first season. Why wouldn't he sign with you? You showed him the money. We couldn't afford that. We couldn't have. And it's a good deal in the first season, but, of course, he might play the whole season. I don't know. But the fact of the matter is that, nice flex guy. Someone said that Adoree Jackson was a top 4 cornerback in the league, which that made me throw up my Cheerios and laugh out loud. Whatever. Hope he works out for you. But no. I highly doubt that he didn't come to our team because the Eagles tanked in Week 17. The game was not important to us. It didn't matter to us. Most of the things that were said about what happened on the sideline and how the players felt, most of that stuff is just Jeff McClain made it up because he's a loser. Anyway, you didn't hear that. But the fact of the matter is that it didn't matter to us, and we didn't owe you anything. Okay? You could beat us 100 times. It doesn't matter. I expect the Giants to sweep the Eagles next season. But people are saying that our veterans won't play for our team anymore. Look, we had a bunch of players restructure contracts for us. We had the most senior player on the team, the most tenured player on the team, help us out and give us more cap space. And we had the second senior most player on the team decide not to retire to come back. So yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. And then they were saying, they fired Doug Peterson because of the fact that, they wanted to put all the blame on him. That's not why Doug Peterson was fired. Doug Peterson was fired because he wanted to promote Press Taylor to offensive coordinator, which would have absolutely done more damage to our team, and then either made Matt Burke the defensive coordinator or Corey Undlin be the defensive coordinator, which it would have been worse than Jim Schwartz because neither of those guys know what they're doing. And management was like, yeah, we're going in a different direction. We don't have the same vision. That's what that meant. Anyway, I 100% commend the Giants. You overpaid for Adoree Jackson. You can try to defend it all you want. The Giants are now restructuring contracts and backloading more contracts, which it's really funny because Giants fans were like, well, David Gettleman doesn't do that. Bro, every team does it. Every team needs to do it at some point in another.